Guys, today I am doing a first impressions video on the Spyderco Sage 5. I got this knife, I want to say about a week ago, and I was actually contemplating between this and a couple other knives. I owned a Sage 1 a while back, and I always loved the looks of it. The only reason I sold it was to fund another knife purchase. You all know how that goes. Anyway, so I was looking at this knife, which originally, whenever this knife came out, I wasn't a huge fan of. I felt like if you wanted to get a knife with a compression lock, just get a Paramilitary 2. But I was not looking for a Paramilitary 2, or I wasn't looking for specifically a knife with a compression lock. I was looking for a Sage that I wanted, with all the same design features and looks. This is a classic Spyderco look for me, I think. This leaf-shaped blade with this very ergonomic handle, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a Spyderco knife that was the heart and soul of Spyderco. And so I almost bought a Sage 1, but then I saw this one pop up. I got it for $115. It was like new in box. So I just jumped on that, and it is not leaving my collection anytime soon. I've kind of started a new pact with myself where no longer, I'm not going to sell knives anymore to fund other knife purchases. I'm just going to have to wait to save up for the money, or save up the money to get the knife that I'm lusting after currently. That way I don't get rid of any knives that I regret getting rid of. Two knives that I regret getting rid of are the Spyderco Slish Buoy and the Spyderco Techno, the Stormtrooper Microtech Ultratech Stormtrooper, and lastly the Strider SNG with the Flame Titanium. Those I really regret getting rid of. I apologize for the lighting, by the way. I was in this shade, but then I guess the clouds moved and the sun came out, and you know, I hope you can bear through it with this video. Anyway, I talked to the guy that had this knife and decided to get this, and it's amazing. First off, I want to say that it is very smooth. It's very smooth, and it doesn't have that bushing system that the Paramilitary 2 has that can give the Paramilitary 2 some issues. It's just good old-fashioned threaded screws in the barrels, good old-fashioned pivot that's adjustable. So yeah, very well done. It's got an internal stop pin. I took this knife apart as soon as I got it. I sharpened it a little bit later and then took it apart again. One thing I love about these full flat ground Spydercos, especially the ones with the choil, is it is so easy to put a screaming edge on it. This edge took no effort. It's polished to 16,000. It's 15 degrees per side with an 18-degree micro bevel, and it's a laser. This thing is the definition of a cutter, in my opinion. So there were two reasons I chose this over the Sage 1. First off, I like the look of this carbon fiber a lot more than the other carbon fiber. It's still that laminate thing with carbon fiber on top and then G10 on the bottom, but it feels a little bit better in my opinion, and it looks a whole lot better. It's got kind of like a sparkling effect on it. So really, honestly, that was the main reason I got this over the Sage 1. I mean, I like the compression lock, but I also don't mind liner locks, so that didn't really play that big of an effect. But just, it all came down to the look of the carbon fiber, and I just like the look of this one better. I am happy that I ended up getting the one with the compression lock, because it's just a little bit more fun to play with than the liner lock. I would be happy with either, but I don't know, the compression lock, now that I'm playing with it again, just kind of reaffirms my love for this knife. It's made in Taichung, Taiwan, as a lot of y'all probably already know. I love that. I probably wouldn't have bought it if it was from Golden, just because I feel like Taichung has better quality, has better fit and finish, and most of the time better materials and execution of the materials than Golden, Colorado does. That's just me though. You know, a lot of people freak out about the fact that all the high-end Spydercos, $200 Spydercos, are made in Taiwan and not USA. I don't think they understand that the Taiwanese, or at least the factory that Spyderco uses, are skilled craftsmen, and they do a really good job. So, it locks up very solid, no blade play. I already talked about the edge execution. It feels like a Sage in hand. You can get a 4-finger grip, whether you choke up, choke back. It's got a deep carry pocket clip, which I could give or take. I remember I used to think deep carry pocket clips were the bomb, but now, honestly, whether it's a deep carry pocket clip or a standard pocket clip, I really don't care. Of course, I would prefer a stylized one, but on a $120 knife, I didn't expect one, obviously. Very well executed. In my opinion, just as fun to play with as a paramilitary 2. And real quick, as I finish up this little first impressions video, I want to give my opinion on the paramilitary 3. It is being hyped up, and everybody's super excited that it's finally here. Honestly, I could care less. I do not like the paramilitary 3. There's a couple reasons. First off, it's just black G10 and S30V. That's it. Second off, it's just the scale down of the paramilitary 2, and it doesn't, honestly, I think the scaling down of a paramilitary 2, it took away from the looks of it, in my opinion. It doesn't look as good as a paramilitary 2, and this is the final point. I would just get a Sage 5, sorry. Sage 5 is about the same size. It looks better in my opinion. You got better materials. You got G10 and carbon fiber laminate. It's made in Taichung, Taiwan. It's got a gorgeous satin on it. If you're into deep carry pocket clips, it's got that too. I don't know why they came out with the Sage 5 and the Para 3 pretty much at the same time, when honestly they're almost, functionally they're identical. And looks, I don't know why people love the paramilitary 3. Alright, so there's a little bit of rambling on the paramilitary 3. I gave you a little bit of first impressions on this knife. I guess I did a little backstory too on why I chose this one. Perfect centering, by the way, as you would expect from Taichung. Full review coming out on this soon. And I want to do a quick little update. I am starting my True Sharp sharpening business up again. I'm only taking 1 or 2 knives per week though. Just a little something to help fund this this addiction that I have. Alright, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and God bless, guys.